Okay. This is our new theme song. Nah, I'm gonna have to cut that out or else we get copyrighted.
Oh shit. My bad.
And we'll be banned from
They're gonna...
YouTube. YouTube.
That's right. Yeah.
You know Chava.
I do not.
You don't know Chava?
I told you in episode 5. I don't know who that is.
But Beto, you know Beto?
Yes. I never met him, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so his dad is Chava, who plays violin. And I used to help them out a lot. I'd say about year and a half ago. So Chava plays the violin, and he's this real old school Mexican mariachi guy. He does all these weird stuff, like you know Little Alex, right? The violin player. Little Alex told me one time they're doing a gig, well, a couple gigs that day, and Chava took like tacos from the previous gig, but like had it wrapped in foil paper, and so the next gig, while they're doing it, Chava just pulls out a taco from his jacket pocket, from his mariachi jacket, and is just eating it during the gig. Alex looks at him. He looks at him. He's like, "Where did you get that?" He's like, "The last gig." And another thing he did that I saw him do myself was we were playing at this at this trailer, and they had a tree that had fruit. He literally started picking the fruit from the tree, and just started eating it.
What the hell, dude?
He does. I don't know. He does crazy stuff like that. But the point of this was there was one time I was riding with him. We went all the way to we were going to Gerald, Texas, and they're following the GPS, and so we go to some random trailer, but we're at the wrong place, and we get there, and then Chava's asking the guy, "Is this the right place?" And the guy's like, "No, you guys are in the wrong spot." Chava's like telling him the JPC said it's here. He was trying to say GPS. he calls GPS JPC. I don't know where he got that. But then he started getting mad at me. He was like, "What? Where is it?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know. I don't even have the address." Yeah. Like he just expects me to know because I understand technology better than he does. Yeah. And then he was asking me like, "Where do we go?" I'm like, "I don't know. I still don't have the address. You have the address. Follow the JPC." And so it's people. It's funny. They say stuff like YouTube and face. Yeah. So it's funny playing with these older guys.
Yeah, it's funny, man. That JPC. JPC. But was he using iPhone though? That might have been the problem.
Nah, these guys have like those disposable smartphones that they get for like $40. This is episode 8 of Los Mariachi Sagas. I'm using a new mic, so it'll probably sound different. People have said that my mic is softer, or my volume is softer than yours.
It looks huge, man. It's like
it is. It's like
looks like Samantha's hair.
It does kind of. It's thick.
Yeah. Shout out Samantha.
If she listens. Lopez. She might. I don't know. We have some people from Laredo that listen. Now we start with a Friday, because we recorded on Thursday night. That was the last time. Yeah. And yeah, Friday. After class, I took off to the valley, to McAllen, because I had to give the money to my mom. And actually, I saw Audrey when I was down there, and that went well. I had to leave the valley at 2 a.m. But I didn't go to sleep till midnight. Because I had dropped her off, and then I had a quiz that I had to turn in by midnight for class. Yeah. And I had to leave at 2 a.m. to go to Smithville or Flatonia for a gig, 7:30 in the morning.
Why did you even go to sleep, man?
Yeah, it probably messed me up more.
No.
But so I made it. Did the gig. It's fine. And then it was 50 minutes from my house in Austin. Drove there, slept for a bit, and then I did the gigs on Saturday. I played with some San Antonio people, like Vince and Chris, and that was fun. You know how people like, or like how I've said, I play like whatever I want on the guitarron and just do stuff that's not even like in the music.
Dude, imagine Vince, man.
Vince does the same shit I do. Like,
dude, even more, or probably like
he does different things than I do. But yeah, no, sometimes he does more. And then so I asked him, like, hey, are you or where do you learn these runs? Are you listening to like Tigres del Norte a lot? Their bass lines? And he's like, nah, man, I just play whatever. He's like, I play whatever I want. But Vince got drunk. Like, oh man, he got really drunk. We ended up playing 7.5 hours on Saturday. Well, I did, because I had the gig in the morning, and then we had a serenade at 5, then 6 to 7, 8 to 10, 11 to 12. Halfway through the 8 to 10, he was already like drunk. He played or he sang Gabino Barrera, but he took it like twice the tempo. He just fucking, and he didn't even wait for the intro. No, he just started singing. He was playing guitarron. We switched off a little bit, just to switch, because he wanted to. So he sang that. But there was this crazy ass old lady there. She just got in from Mexico like the night before. And she was really aggressive, like with me and Jarek. Man, Jarek was getting some from all the gigs. I don't know what it was. And also, you know, this guy has those green contacts.
Yeah.
And I think people actually think those are his real eyes.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah. He was wearing them?
Yeah, he was wearing them.
I haven't seen him wear those in a while.
So this lady, she was probably in her 60s, dude. 60s, maybe 70s. And she started drinking and wanted us to dance like with her. At first she pulled Jarek, and with Jarek started dancing with her, because Jarek dances and stuff.
Yeah.
But she was getting real handsy and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the song finished, and, you know, she sat down, and then a few songs later, she said, hey, el chaparro, ¿qué tiene? She was talking about me. Yeah. I was like, so Asael does what he does, and he's like, no, yeah, he's an amazing dancer. Come dance. Like, I was by myself on vihuela.
Yeah.
There's no other rhythm. And clients don't understand this, how mariachi works. But if there's no rhythm, that means there's no rhythm.
Yeah.
You can't just make it up or have someone else like play it on a different instrument. And there was nobody else that played vihuela except for Vince, but he was on guitarra. So Mariachi Loco starts, and she's coming to me. She's walking to me. I'm like, fuck, no, I don't want to. I was trying to look away, trying to ignore her, and she's right up on me. She's like grabbing me, trying to get me to dance with her. And it took a while, because I'm like, I'm playing. Like, the reason this is a cumbia and you can dance is because I'm playing the rhythm.
Yeah.
She didn't really get that. So I looked at Asael, and so I was like, just don't play, I guess. So I put the vihuela down. There was no vihuela. There were no chords, no rhythm, no cumbia rhythm, just the guitarron and the melody.
How did that go?
It sounded so weird. I mean, the clients didn't notice or
Wait,
care.
so you just kept going?
Yeah, like I stopped playing, and she like wanted me to dance with her, and I was like, fine. I was like, I kind of have to.
Yeah.
Her to hear, I can't just be like, nah, get away. So she this dance just a cumbia, and then I had my like hands kind of like hovering or like on her arms and shit.
Yeah. Nah,
man, she grabs my hands and puts them down to her waist. and she's asking me. She's like, "So where are you from?"
That's how you know it's getting real, man, right there.
Yeah, and she was like, "Loosen up, move your hips." I'm like, "No, thank you." So the song finally ended. Finally, and so I just go back to playing, and a few songs later, she gets Jarek to go dance again, and she didn't come back to me.
And she's like, "Where are you from? You come here often?"
Probably. But Vince was getting pretty drunk by that time, and we had our last gig that was from 11 p.m. to midnight, and it was out in it was North Austin. So this was just a birthday, but so much shit was going on to this gig for like me personally, because it was Audrey's birthday yesterday and Sunday.
Happy birthday, Audrey. It was Claire's birthday yesterday too.
Yeah, what are the odds of that? September 20th.
That's crazy.
September 20th. I guess it's a day. A lot happened that day.
Yeah.
People were born.
Yeah, people were born.
But so I was trying to organize a serenade to be sent to Audrey's house at midnight, Saturday midnight. So it'll be Sunday. So I called the group I used to play with in the Valley. And that's one of the things I want to talk about on this podcast, about how mariachis cheat people. It's not cool, mariachis cheat people. We'll do it to like an extent, but you won't like really cheat them out of the money or just straight up lie. But there's a lot of groups that do that, and especially the guys that come from Mexico and come play over here. Because I don't know, they just see it like straight up a business, and they're like, we're gonna make the most money with the least amount of effort possible.
Yeah.
So I called this guy like at 4 p.m. on Saturday, and I was like, "What time do y'all finish?" And he said, "Oh, we finished at 10." I said, "Oh, can you do the serenade at midnight?" He was like, "Yeah, you can do it." And I told him, "Well, just be like 6 songs, 4 people." I told him, "Play these 3 songs." I gave him a list. And then ask her if she wants anything. If not, play these other 3 songs. Because I gave him a total of 6 songs. He's like, "Okay." And it was already like 10:30. This guy never messaged me back. Because I needed to send him the money.
You were trying to confirm?
Yeah, I wasn't going to be there.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And because, I was just playing over here in Austin. So, I was able to send him the money through Zelle. So that was taken care of. The problem is, he called me like at 10:30. He's like, "Hey, all these guys are super drunk. They're like past the point of playing. Like mariachis like to get on Saturday nights."
Yeah.
So he's like, "I'm gonna try and find other people." He's like, "Find them, I'll let you know." I was like, "All right," because we had a gig. I had a gig from 11 p.m. to midnight. So I was stressing over that. And I still had to sing and play, and I was by myself on Vihuela, so I couldn't just stop playing.
Yeah.
He said he found the people and sent him the address. I'm like, okay, he's on his way. Everything's good. Fine. He gets there. He sends me a picture. Wrong house.
Oh.
Showed up at the wrong house. I'm like, no, that's not the house. I sent him a picture of the house, and he sent me back a picture of a house that looks similar. Very similar, but it wasn't. And I told him, I told her to go outside. I texted Audrey. I'm like, "Hey, go outside."
Go outside with your airplane lights. Start waving them around.
Well, I just told her to go outside because I thought they were at the house.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay." And after like 5 minutes, she texts me. She's like, "There's nothing here." I was like, what do you mean there's nothing there? I call the guy in Mariachi. I hear them playing. They're playing. What? I'm like, "Hey, did you guys start?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Dude, you're at the wrong house." He's like, "Nah." I'm like, "You're at the wrong house." And so they stopped playing. They were like 3 houses away.
Oh.
I don't know. I called back Audrey, and she gave the phone to her sister.
Yeah.
So I talked to her sister, and I said, go get these guys. Like, go find these guys. And they finally found them. And then they started but by this time the whole surprise was already ruined. Yeah, it was already like 12:20 also.
Yeah.
And all this was happening too while I was at the gig.
Yeah.
So I had like the phone on top of my vihuela. I was like literally calling while playing, so I couldn't hear them. They couldn't hear me.
That's dedication right there.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
But so then after it all finished, they were finished serenading and everything. Apparently, during all this, when I was doing all this, I got a call for another gig that I didn't know because we were supposed to finish at midnight.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Where's everybody at?" Because I was waiting on my car, and that's why just messages me an address, and he's like, "We start when we get there." I'm like, "Start what?" So we got a 2-hour gig in Taylor at 1 a.m.
Where were y'all again?
We were in North Lamar.
Oh, dude, that's so far.
So it was still a good 45, 50 minutes away.
That's so far, dude. I would have been pissed.
Yeah, it was shitty. But so on my way there, I called Audrey and I asked her, I was like, "Hey, so how many people went?" That was like my first question. She said 3. I was like, because I told him to take 4.
Yeah.
He took 3. And then I asked her, what songs did they play? And she told me the list. I'm like, that's not what I told them to play. So they did Mañanitas, Señor Hermoso Cariño, right? Whatever. But I told them to play El Color de Tus Ojos.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do that.
Think they didn't know it?
No, I mean, I know this guy knows it because I played with him.
Oh.
So I don't know why he didn't do it. And then so when I was paying for everything right before they started, he tells me finally how much it's gonna be. I'm like, well, how much is it gonna be? He says $220. I was like, no man, $220 for a 4-piece 6 songs in the Valley. That's a lot. Because I know how much he pays the players for the serenade. I mean, he would pay me like 30, 35 for a 6-song serenade, and he was gonna take 4 people, so he'll still be making 80 on top of the pay that he gets, and he takes 3. I was like, so I had only sent him 200 because that's all I had at the time, and I texted him, I was like, I'll send you the rest in like an hour because I need to deposit money. And then that's when I called Audrey and so asking her about how many people went and who was there and stuff. And so I never sent him the other 20, but he never messaged me, probably because he knows that I know that he only took 3 people.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know this guy, well, just mariachi in general, that's how they run things, because people don't know, most people don't know what it's like, so they can get away with it. But I do mariachi for a living. Like, I don't understand. And then I was thinking, I was like, I mean, maybe this guy won't screw me over because I know we play together and I was in his group, but nah, he still tries to do that. I'm like, dude, I would know. I know all the tricks. I know making the song shorter. I know all about that. Yeah. So I just found that like real frustrating. It just ruined it for me. I mean, she was happy. It still worked out for her. So I mean that was okay.
That's good, dude.
That was my Saturday. Then we had that 2-hour gig. We played for these people from Guadalajara who were celebrating 15 de septiembre on Saturday. Like that's all they wanted us for 2 hours, just to play all those songs. And it was that gig, man. There was this girl who was like all up on Jarek, but she was also like 37. She looked young,
really,
but she just was like all up on Jarek, touching him, and like she almost straight up kissed him. And her sister was trying to pull her away, being like, "Hey, stop being."
You're married.
She's not married. She was single. She's a single mom.
You asked her?
She told us.
Oh.
She kept telling us. She was like, "Yeah, I'm single." She was like, "Everybody here is a couple. Everybody here is married, and I'm the only one here that's single."
Oh, Jarek was about to be a baby daddy. I mean, not a baby. He was about to be a daddy.
He was getting all what's the word? I don't know it in English, but in Spanish, chiflado. I don't know how to say that in English.
I wouldn't know. You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, so I should know. But he was just like, oh man, she really wants me, dude. I was like, yeah, I mean, go do it, get it,
go, bro.
And at the end of the day, nothing happened. I was like, you got no game.
Well, maybe he was saving it for another gig. Because he gets all the ladies at all the gigs, man. He's saving it for he's trying to take his pick from all the gigs.
That was my Saturday, so I didn't get home till about 4:30 in the morning. How many hours you got with Relámpago?
Over the whole weekend, we had 6.
6.
2 Friday and 4 on Saturday. Was it Friday? We played on South Congress. It was a wedding. I get there and I was feeling good. I was like ready to play and everything, and we get there and it was one of those where we got to wait around for the newlyweds to show up.
Yeah.
Because it was a ballroom and all the guests were there. But we had to wait about, I'd say about 20 to 30 minutes for them. So, I mean, it was cool, but like, I don't know. We were just chilling there waiting for them, and then all of a sudden, all the kids started yelling. There were a lot of kids. They just started screaming at the top of their lungs, and the newlyweds walked in, and they were like, "Play La Negra," and then we were playing it, and they were like dancing around the place. But to me, that was kind of funny because we were trying to get in position to like walk up to them and start playing facing them, but they were dancing, like doing the dances you do for like guapangos or like sones, and they were just kept dancing in a line. So it's funny because we were in the middle and they started going around us, and we were like all of us turning with the couple as they were dancing around us, so we kept turning and turning. After a while, most of the group just stopped turning. We're like, we're gonna stay right here, we're tired of moving around. But it was funny because Adolf was singing and playing, and he was like the only one like going in circles, like
you could still turn.
We're like, Adolf, stop it. No, but yeah, and they asked us to play that song like twice, which was like, I don't know, we were so confused. They were like, okay, we played like 2 songs, and then they went back outside, and they're like, okay, we want you guys to come outside and then play with us when we're walking in again. I think they wanted to record it or something, I don't know. So we did it again. We did the whole thing, and then we played like a few more songs for them. That was a 2-hour gig, but it was really bad for me because yeah, I don't know, this has happened a lot in my time playing recently, I guess, but I tore through my strings, and I lost my G string. I broke it.
Again.
And was about to lose the E string. I was about to lose all of them, probably, at least, actually. So I was like, damn, dude. Well, I played about an hour and 15 minutes without the G string, so that was pretty bad. I don't know, I guess after that gig, I was like, damn, dude, it must have been my nail, because I was like, I didn't file it at all. I didn't file it down. And those strings, you know, they were fairly new. I think I had just put them on the week of. So the next day I go and get more strings. Ivan, he likes to sell strings. And I put them on, brand new. The next day, we had 4 hours. About the second hour, I was tearing through my strings again. Yeah, this was at the end of the first gig, in the second hour that we were playing, because the first one was 2 hours, and then we had 2 more 1-hour gigs after that. The end of the first gig, I started tearing through my strings again, and I was like, damn, man, this is going really bad. Finally, the last gig, I lost my G string again, and I was like really mad at this point. and just tore up my strings, man. It was even worse than Friday night. I guess obviously because we played more hours, right? But it was just really frustrating. Like the last gig was basically me playing a golpe, and it just kept coming more and more out of tune. You can imagine the frustration, right? I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. I don't know what could it be. And so
It's crazy. But you've always had that problem,
right.
like
I've always dealt with it.
I remember we did this gig. It was about a 2-hour gig with just when you're still with us and compadres.
Yeah.
And Jeannie got pissed because, like, I mean, your string breaks, cool, whatever, go change it. But you're gone for like 20 minutes or something. And it was just like me on guitarron and then Jeannie on guitar.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he wasn't playing. I think it was because his guitar wasn't working or he didn't have it at that moment. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but you were only rhythm. So what I had to do is I had to become the greatest guitarron player in the world. And I remember doing this. I started playing chords on the guitarron. So rancheras work pretty simple for the most part. So I play the C, and then I'll do the notes on the guitarron for a C chord. So I play 1, 2, 3, with the 1 being the C and the bass, and then the 2, 3 be playing the chord on the guitarron. And I had to do that.
I'm sorry, dude, but that, in the words of JM, that is so perrada. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, that's, oh my gosh.
It's because you fucking kept busting your strings. And it happened a lot. Didn't it happen also like in Albuquerque, or was that just Ivan?
No, it never happened to me in Albuquerque. I don't remember I don't remember Ivan either. I'm not too sure.
I remember Ivan was pissed because this was 2018 when we were rehearsing.
When you helped us out with Albuquerque too, right?
Yeah, when I played golpe in Albuquerque, Ivan's strings kept breaking.
I didn't know that.
Like, yeah, he was pissed because like we were rehearsing and stuff, and this is hours before we go on stage. Whoa. And his strings popped, like 2 of them.
Dude, where was I? I don't remember this.
You were so focused on your solo that you didn't even think about anything else, and you still go on stage and you do what you did.
It didn't turn out that well.
It did not.
I would tell people, they were like, man, I'm so mad, I fucked up my solo, but they were like, oh, I heard it, like it wasn't even that bad. But I feel like they're listening for something else when I'm listening for for another thing.
Yeah,
it's like the more you practice it, the more you want. I don't know how to explain it. The more you practice something and the more you play something, it's like your details are you try to focus way more on those smaller details, but when you look at the big picture, like, it doesn't really sound that bad. But I feel like it was one of those things, but to me still it was rough.
It was overall, I mean, you listen to the recording and someone, of course, untrained ain't gonna tell. But yeah. I really noticed it. Well, we all did in Armonía because the way that you messed us up for coming in, because you didn't end exactly on the 1, and we were supposed to come in right when you end. But since you're a little bit off time, it threw us off time, so that chord didn't line up perfectly. Yeah. And I was like, fuck.
It was rough. I had trouble that year when we played at Albuquerque because of how bad it was to hear the rest of the group.
Oh yeah, it sounds just
on stage. Like, I don't know if
it rained like right before we went on too, so I don't know if that.
Yeah, it did. But anybody else who competed that year, maybe some of the guys from San Antonio, might have experienced the same thing, or might not have. I don't know. For some reason, a lot of the times it's different for each group that goes on stage. But for us, at least, it was extremely hard to hear because of the echo. And the sound of the echo was about the same volume as us playing. So it was very hard to keep in time with everybody and to hear each other.
And we had a huge ass group, and so we were in a straight line. And I had never in my life played in a group this big. Yeah. We had 9 violins, right?
No, dude, it was way more.
Or 11.
It was 14. I think it was like 14 violins.
because they had at least 3 for each part.
Yeah.
But they should have, and they had 4 trumpets,
Yeah, 4 trumpets.
and we had a guitarrón, vihuela, golpe, and 2 guitars.
What is that? 6 out of me or 5?
That's 5.
5.
The armonía wasn't that bad because there's groups that do that with the 5. But that many violins and that many trumpets, it was way too much.
It's a big group.
And then since we're almost like perfectly in a line, it was so hard. Like there's no way that your brother John and Victor heard each other.
Yeah.
And they're opposite sides of the line.
They would have had to definitely. Yeah, it was a very big group. That year was rough for us playing wise, but
yeah, apparently whenever I play with MNG, we get second. But you know what?
no, because we got second the next year.
The next year, you guys go. Lopez is like, nah, I'm not gonna take you this time. I was like, all right.
Right.
And then you still get second.
Did you go to Albuquerque that year still? Or? I don't remember.
I didn't go at all.
You didn't go at all?
Yeah, we had a lot of gigs probably with Compadre.
Oh yeah. I remember because I texted Eugenio, or I put in the group chat or something, and Asa was like, "Yeah, we heard it. Shut up."
Yeah.
I sent the link.
And this was July, right?
Yeah, it was in July during the summer. I had just joined the group actually recently.
Who did I take? Because I had to take someone out of Monia.
Might have been Sophia, or no?
She wasn't even like. She was barely gonna be a freshman at this time. Yeah, she wasn't alive yet.
God, she was just a twinkle in her daddy's eye.
Not in my world.
Sparkle. Yeah.
No, shit. I don't remember who I took. I can't think of anybody else who we would take.
You know, dude, I feel like
Matt's
maybe
drinking
I'll
again, by the way.
Huh?
So Matt's drinking again, by the way.
It's a monster.
You know,
bro.
some people commented that you sounded drunk in the last podcast.
I always sound drunk, apparently. I think it's because, and I realized this the first episode we did. When I talk, I slur. Like I don't pronunciate my words very well, and yeah, I haven't gotten any better at that. I don't think. I noticed it in the first episode. I was like, God damn.
Speak from your diaphragm, Matt. It's like you sing. It's the same way. That was your Saturday. Busted strings.
Yeah, both Friday and Saturday, and I guess I have come to the conclusion that I mean, I don't know what it could have been, to be honest. Like it might have been a lot of things. It might have been because I kept switching picks because of what happened the first night that I played Friday night. I was like, maybe it's the pick, and I've tried filing them and like smoothing them out. All my nails I did, like especially the thumbnail. Like I was thinking maybe it's too thick, but I've had thicker before and it's been fine. So I'm thinking like it's just my technique, and I'm just gonna have to change some things up. Like, you know, just changing the angle of when I'm striking the strings, so that way they just pass through instead of like digging in. Cause I guess like I like to dig in when I'm playing and like just beat the hell out of it when I'm playing, but I'm gonna try not to do that next time. I'm just gonna have to change the angle of how my fingers, you know, when I'm striking the strings, or I don't know what it could be. But, and the strings aren't that great either, but that's all I could get my hands on at the time. So
some people might say or might think in this podcast that mariachi is shitty, or because we talk a lot about not always negative, but just the side of mariachi that isn't well known. Right? But so we try to make things funny, but also at the same time things that are funny are things that aren't good.
That's true.
But I mean, there's good things like what we've said. Both of us, mariachi is our only source of income. This is how we've been sustaining ourselves for the past few years, good number of years.
The thing I like about that is it's fast money. Not so much. I mean, it's easy too at times, but it's fast. Like you get it that day. It's not like they pay you not even after a day. You know, like you have a job, they don't pay you till, you know, they don't pay you till Friday or bi-weekly. But this job is like you get the money that day.
Yeah, yeah, we get paid right away, which is this different than what most people would be or are used to.
Mm-hmm.
So waiting for their check or their deposit.
Yeah.
But we get it as soon as we finish. But what do you think it means when someone says, I'm a professional mariachi player?
Professional, usually when somebody says that, it's when you're out, like gigging with the group already, like for money. That's what most people think. But to me, I think maybe it's you're playing with a pro group, you know, there's professionals. Because I look at it compared to other things. I know it's not the same thing, but I look at it compared to like baseball. I love baseball. So there's, you know, I mean, you can't be considered a professional until you get to at least the minor leagues. You know, you got to get drafted by a team, and they get paid for it.
So in baseball terms, I don't know, not a lot of people would get it, but would we be, I guess, single A, double A?
I guess we would be considered. Yeah. As long as you're not in the majors, but
Because triple A is kind of
there's rookie ball, single A, double A, triple A. I guess within those limits. I don't know.
somewhere within there, but
Yeah.
no pro
Let's just say we're minor league.
minor league.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, ultimately, professional anything, it just means you're getting paid.
Yeah.
It's like
I look at it that way, too.
in sports, like Olympic athletes are technically amateurs
Mm-hmm.
because they're not getting paid, even though they're some of the best athletes in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Same with like sports and college football, they're amateurs.
Yeah.
So really, a professional musician, all it means is you get paid money for
Yeah.
what you do. But that's what it literally means. But there's that distinction between, say, just a local group or a group made out of kids and stuff, compared to a very well-established group.
Yeah.
Established group such as like Mariachi Vargas, been over for 100 years.
Yeah, and that's where I was getting at. Like, when I think of it, I think of professional groups like them. Vargas, Sol de Mexico, there's Camperos, you know, like groups like that. That's what I think of when people are like, oh, I play professionally, you know? Because, to be honest, like, if, like I was saying, baseball, you have the college baseball. Those guys play at a very high level, and a lot of them are at the level of professional baseball. Of course, a lot of them aren't at that level, but they can do the things that pro ball players do. It's just a matter of making that team. So they're not really considered professionals.
Yeah, you know, and that's like kind of what we do, the players that we played with, because I've played people with like Carlos Reyes from San Antonio, who he was asked to be in Sol de Mexico by Jose Hernandez himself.
Yeah.
But Carlos he just didn't want to do it. He didn't want to go, and also they were making that much money. And that's a thing that is kind of confusing. The people who don't understand the difference is you could make a lot more money playing in a gigging group like this compared to being in Sol. Even though Sol is they won Grammys, they do tours, they're world famous, but they don't really make that much money compared to what I believe that they should be making with a group with that kind of recognition.
Yeah. It's sad sometimes, you know.
And that's where you see if you want to do this for money, passion of the music, or you want to be in the history of mariachi as being part of one of those groups.
Well, it's all up to, you know, who you are. I mean, if you're in at least Sol de Mexico, you have to have another job, at least.
Yeah, I usually play with other groups.
Yeah, because especially with that standard of living.
Yeah, they usually share apartments and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Probably live in Jose's basement or something. Must be a nice basement though that he has.
Right.
It's $1 million home.
They live at Cielito Lindo.
Man, when we were there, we played at Cielito Lindo. We haven't really talked about the West Coast trip. Like,
I don't think we should, man.
we can
A lot
talk
went
about
down during the
we can
trip.
talk about some of the things.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah, my mom listens to all these podcasts.
Okay, man. I'll keep it.
What did your mom listen to?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, okay, so then we can't say about the about what you did.
What did I do?
You know what you did.
Este vato.
Because I didn't do nothing.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, but let's skip over Vegas. Well, you know, man, what was John Lopez thinking of sending like 30, like
20-year-olds.
20-year-olds out in Vegas for like 4 days by themselves? Oh man, that was a lot of fun. That was,
It was
we were
fun,
19
man.
at the time,
Yeah.
but we still kind of did whatever because some places they really don't care.
What do you
How
mean?
Like I was walking in casinos.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, that was what I was worried about. I was like, because we were not able to even step on the carpet there in the game rooms. Like, we're not allowed to even go on the carpet if you're underage. But yeah, I walked through. I didn't play anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I was with my friends that were of age and that were playing, but I didn't do any machines.
I did gamble in Albuquerque though, at the hotel, at the concert.
I
When we
did
played
too.
at the
Yeah,
concert. Yeah, a lot of people gambled, and at that time
I
I
lost
think
$10, man.
how old were we? 21.
I was 21 already.
Yeah, we turned 21 at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost $200.
Oh.
And I was so close to winning. Like, it was like 50 grand because I was playing this kind of slot machine.
Yeah.
And so you keep playing, the jackpot keeps adding up.
Uh-huh.
And if you start matching up a certain amount of times, it gives you like the spin. If you land on the spin, it's just. Anyways, I was like one level away
Mm-hmm.
from hitting the jackpot, and I started getting a crowd of people around me. Everybody was like watching, cheering me on and shit. I was like, kept playing, and then I finally get to the jackpot spin, and I take the spin, and I was one away, and everybody's like,
oh. They walk away.
They walk away.
They're like, you suck now.
Yeah, they just walked away. I was like,
Fuck.
so
Yeah.
then I went to the concert because I was a little late to the concert.
We all were a little late.
Yeah. Oh, we got hit.
Wait, with what? Why did we get hit?
By a car. The
What?
bus. We were at Walmart.
Oh yeah,
Because
I
it
remember
was
that.
supposed to rain. It was supposed to
Yeah.
rain, so the concert actually got delayed, and then people wanted to stop and get umbrellas, which was stupid, by the way, because they took your umbrella away at the
That was
entrance.
dumb, dude.
Like half the people got off, bought umbrellas, and
Yeah.
then they took them away when we got to the concert. But yeah, we got hit by a car,
Yeah.
and the bus driver just
took
sat
off.
there.
That dude, it was a hit and run, right?
Yeah, the car just took off.
Yeah. The bus driver was like, well, there goes that.
Yeah, and we just stayed there for like half an hour or
Yeah.
more,
Mm-hmm.
and we got to the concert. That was a cool concert.
Dude, it was funny about the umbrellas because after the concert, I drank, right? So I was like feeling real good, like hell yeah. And when I was leaving, you know how they had the umbrellas in the front on this table? Well, I was
Yeah.
like walking out, like, you know, and I started to like walk really fast past the umbrellas, and I looked and I see the umbrellas. I was like, ah, shit. So I looked around, and then I did this bit, like turning my head, and then I went to go get my umbrella, grabbed it real quick, like swiped it, and then just started taking off, just walking really fast. Well, this lady, who's a security guard, I guess she saw me like, quote unquote, look suspicious, and because the way I was turning my head and then just went and swiped the umbrella, like all suspicious, dude. And she was like, "Hey, come back here," and she got all mad at me. She's like, "Is that your umbrella? Is that your umbrella?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh yeah, well, where's your proof?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna do this. There's no way I can prove that it's my umbrella. I'm gonna go." And so I left. Dude, but that was so dumb, dude. She was arguing with me about that. I was not having it, dude. I was like, this is really dumb. So I went ahead and took my umbrella. And that concert was fun. I guess because I was drinking most of it, but
but did you ever have, or I guess you could still have, aspirations to be in one of those? Because in my opinion, there's really 5 groups top that are like world known,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be Vargas, Norte Calitlan, Sola Mexico, Camperos, and Cobre.
Mm-hmm.
There's of course there's other ones like Galleros de Danny Rey, Los Toros, but Serenata, and there's a lot of groups that are good, but they just don't have the recognition that these other 5 do.
Yeah, I think those 5 are more worldwide known, you know?
Yeah. But so did you ever have any dreams to be part of any of those groups?
Of course I did. I did, but let's just say right now, if someone from those groups were to come and ask me to be a part of the group, then I would say fuck yes and drop everything and then go. But like
Sorry.
I'm not gonna drop everything, go.
Sorry, Claire.
No, I wouldn't.
You're like,
That's crazy, man.
I'll probably cut that out.
Not really, dude. I could bring her with me.
You'll take her with you.
Yeah. I mean, she's gonna be a teacher. You can really be a teacher anywhere. Really,
She's gonna be your teacher.
What?
What is she gonna teach?
History. She's gonna tutor me.
But you would go?
I would definitely go, be like, fuck yeah, drop everything and hell yeah, dude, I'd go. But I'm not gonna like drop everything, go and look to and expect to be a part of those groups. I mean, yeah, I would if somebody asked me, but I wouldn't. I have to know. I have to be invited. I would have to be invited to go and do it.
Yeah, probably. I don't think you can just
Would you
show
call?
up. Huh?
Would you call that aspiration to be part of those groups?
That's more of like a dream or a wish.
A wish, yeah. I definitely wish that.
Wish,
but
you're not working.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, some ghost. But but what I'm saying, I guess, is you're not working at that goal every day.
No. I mean, I'm working for my own goals every day. Like I want to get better just for me. Like I do get better. I do love it. Some people get better because they want more money, so they want to play with the more groups that they can. So they try to just learn every single song. But me, I want to learn all these songs, but at the same time, I want to like sound good too. I just want to sound good, So that's where my headspace is at when it comes to playing.
Yeah, maybe that's a good way. I mean, it's better than some people who just literally like, I play enough and I'm getting paid the same as everybody else, so I'm good.
Yeah.
And just stay there for the rest of their lives or get worse.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. And also then again, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this. So I'm just literally trying to do my best. But also in this group that I'm in, I'm getting my ass kicked. So I kind of have to step it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can just quit. I guess not.
Absolutely not.
We're talking for too long. But we're gonna have 52 minutes.
Oh shit.
Probably 50. But we're gonna have a very special guest this week. That podcast will probably be up either Friday or Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't decided.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very, very famous, well-known instructor, musician. He's played with one of those groups that we mentioned actually, and he'll be our first guest that we'll record with him on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're excited
man.
to go meet up with him and talk about his story and what he's doing now. 'Cause, he's still teaching now. If not, this is also going to be a very awkward outro
Yeah.
and the same intro.
The last one was awkward.
Yeah, that was funny. I was like, this is going to be really funny. But this has been episode 8 of Los Mariachi Sagas. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. We got like 130 likes now on Facebook, but
Really?
still only like 45 followers on Instagram. So the hell.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Because for me personally, I like Instagram better.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just Instagram's, it's quicker,
Yeah.
easier. You don't have to read through like all these posts and stuff.
Yeah. Not as many ads.
But yeah, we're there on YouTube. Listen to Apple Podcasts and now Amazon. We've been getting listens from different places now.
Yeah.
So yeah, follow us at Los Mariachi Sagas and follow me and Matt, our personal Instagrams, because we're conceited. And come on guys, come on.
See you guys.